Well, hello, internets. It's me, DP Knudten, for another exciting edition of BOOKWARD BOUND. 301 days from I should really do this to done. And what is that done? That done is the uploading of press-ready files to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing platform so that I can self-produce a brand new book for 2021. Yeah, and did I say they're going up there on January 1st, 2021? Yeah, that's exactly right. Those files are going to be placed up there at the beginning of next year so that I can have a brand new book to use all year round next year, but also so I can flaunt it in front of Melanie Diesel's face at Social Media Marketing World. See, Melanie Diesel and I are friends, and it goes back to 2018, the first year I went to Social Media Marketing World, and I wrote about her in my first book, this bad boy, Rotoma, the ROI of Social Media Top of Mind, and I wanted to get her a copy of this book. And so we had never met in person, but I wanted to write about her because I discovered her online and was really inspired by the way she did things, building her personal brand and using social media to amplify her reach and her frequency and her engagement, you name it. So she became my social media spirit animal, and I wrote about that in the book, and I wanted to get her a copy. Well, I saw her very, very briefly, and I kind of accosted her, Melanie, and she's like, who the hell are you? And, well, anyway, we got past that. Well, this past year, my third year, and certainly the third year that I've known Melanie, she had a brand new book come out, and I've got a copy of it somewhere, called The Content Fuel Framework. And she gave me a copy of that, and we took a photo that mirrored the photo together that we took when I had my book with her. So it was really cool. And at the end of it, I thought, oh, I got to have a new book for next year. And then I thought about it again and said, yeah, I got to have a new book for next year. And so I decided I'm going to do that. As soon as I got back from Social Media Marketing World on that following Friday, March 5th, I went live for the very first time, the day one of 301 episodes of daily live streams working on the book. Why 301 days? Well, because on March 5th, there were 301 days left in the year until December 31st, 2020. And so that's the amount of time I gave myself to actually write this thing. And so I am, and I'm doing it live in front of people like you on Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube Live. So if you're watching on any of those three platforms in real time, you can just type a comment into the comment box wherever you're watching and ask me questions, say hello, just chime in and let me know you're here. Or you can lurk, do whatever you want. But the bottom line is I got a book to write, and so I'm going to. In fact, first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open up Restream Chat. I'm multiplexing or multi-publishing this, I guess, whatever you want to call it, via Restream.io for free, again, to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch. And if you have any questions, type them in, and I'll be able to tell via Restream Chat or via Ecamm Live, the actual program I'm using on my Mac, to get this signal out to you. All right. So what am I doing tonight? Well, last night I started working on a new section. And so I'm going to kick it on over to Scrivener, the program I'm using to write this book. And this section is called Scalpel versus Swiss Army Knife. And it's all about what Pat Flynn would call niching down or niching down, and et cetera, et cetera. I do a variant in my mind of his niching down to, what do you want to be, a scalpel or a Swiss Army knife? Well, here's the thing. A scalpel is purpose-built to excel at a single specialized job. A Swiss Army knife is mediocre at everything. It's A equals a mediocre, a purpose-built. I'll just leave it purpose-built. Leave it at that. Scalpel, purpose built to excel at a single specialized job. Swiss Army knife, a mediocre at everything tool. A quote, give it a mediocre at everything tool of some utility, but no excellence. Yeah, okay. There's a natural tendency in most human beings, natural desire in most human beings to be liked, accepted, and ideally preferred by the largest number of people possible. Let's call it the popularity trap. In order to be popular, specificity and precision go right out the window in favor of lowest common denominator, offenseless blather. To stand for anything at any time is a guaranteed way of shedding acquaintances, to stand for nothing with a bland smile. Your face is to be liked by all. And yes, I am carrying a grudge. But this is really about being specific in what in who you are, what you do, and how you do it, with an emphasis on becoming known as an expert in narrow a niche as possible. What this is really about, being specific, narrow with real world, real human examples of people who done just that. And succeeded to dominate their chosen fields. Sub. So subfields. It's time you from their example. It's time you learn from their example. And your background shall ground the niche is perfectly suited you to not only occupy but own. The best examples one of the best there is the media strategist. Best examples out there. Take me as an example. A writer. My core. I'm a writer. But I to tout my expertise in way too broad a field. How about this? But what kind of writer? Fiction, comma, or non-fiction? Long, short form. Theoretical, practical, dead serious, no. Not serious, formal, casual, kind of audience, genre. Questions go on and on. Were I to be a generalist writing authority, not only be one of many, but I would not be tapping into my full strength, tapping into the full potential of my professional background and area center and excellence. Fact is, I've never won an Oscar. Pulitzer for journalism. Passel of Addies for advertising. Play my strength. About Passel. Let's look what Passel means. I know it's a word. I think it means a small collection. But P-A-S-S. Passel. Collection. No, I know it's a word. I know it's a word. Yeah, Passel, a large group of people or things of indeterminate number, a pack, a passel of journalists, a passel of addies for advertising. Marketing. Even finer point on it. Why not? So what is your Can you sharpen further? So what's your niche? Can you sharpen it even further? To find the sub discipline truly mastered. You need to. You need to, because that's where true value, your fullest value lies. The value others will seek out and recognize in you. You start owning it, owning and demonstrating it. Owning and demonstrating. Once you start owning and demonstrating it instead of hiding it, there's only one you. There's only one you, comma, and no one has your unique combination of voice capability, voice experience, expertise, and that's why and that's why you need to discover, craft, and communicate. Blah, 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 blah. There's only one you, and no one has your unique combination of voice, experience, and expertise. Own what is yours. Share it freely. And share it freely. Need it. That's personal brand called you. I'm not necessarily liking all this stuff, but 'tis what it is. Sometimes when you're writing, you might think it's terrible. That's why I really believe the best thing you can do is leave it alone for a while. It's like bread dough. You have to mix everything together. You got to get it out there. But you got to let it proof itself. Isn't it called proofing and baking? Where you mix everything together, but then it has to proof itself. I think it's called proofing, not proving, but proofing. It has to proof itself. Well, in this case, your writing needs to prove itself or proof itself by sitting off on the side with a damp towel over the bowl for a little bit, because what you think might not be very good tonight might actually be pretty good, but you won't know until the next day. So I'm at 720 words, which is, I figure about 350 words a page. So this is a 2-page section. I don't think I have much more to say about this. So I'm going to leave it here. And let it proof itself. Is it proof or proof? I want to look that up. Sorry. Safari. Proof. Bread. Not breen. Bread. Proof bread. Proof. How to proof bread. There you go. In baking terms, proofing or proving means to allow the bread dough to rise. See right there. In bread baking terms, proofing or proving means to allow the bread dough to rise. The proof refers to the fermentation action of the yeast. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm going to let my bread dough that I just created in here, this bread dough right here, I'm going to let it proof overnight because I'm not loving it right now. But maybe if I let my subconscious, kind of churn on it all night, and then when I come back and look at it tomorrow, it might be in a lot better shape than I think it is. So let that be a lesson to you. Just because you aren't digging exactly what you wrote tonight or on any given day doesn't mean it's garbage, doesn't mean you should burn it, wad it up, throw it in the trash. It just might mean it needs a little bit of proofing time. It needs to sit in that bowl. It needs to allow the fermentation to happen, because here's the thing. It's going to ferment on the page, and it's going to ferment in your mind. And when your mind meets the page again, things are going to be triggered that just might turn it into a really tasty loaf. Oh my God, I'm taking this metaphor a little too far, right? But it's really true. There have been times where I've written stuff and go, I've got nothing. This is garbage. And then I go away 24 hours later, come back, take a look at it and go, yeah, this isn't good. Oh, I like this a lot. Oh, actually, this little tweak to that one thing is going to make it a whole lot better. And that's my point, which is you got to make the batter. You got to let that batter ferment overnight and come back to it. I think I've made that point more than enough tonight. So that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I wrote another 350, 400 words, something like that, which is great. I progressed my book forward a little bit. And I also am smart enough to know that working any longer tonight is not going to net me anything other than frustration. So I'm just going to let it go. And that's cool because I've got a whole lot of days left. Tonight is episode 96, I think, of BOOKWARD BOUND. Think about that. 96 consecutive days working on this book. And I still have, 96 plus 1, 4 plus 5, 205 days. I've got 205 days left to go. So I have plenty of time. I've already, take a look. Oh, I discovered this about Scrivener, which is really cool. So down here at the bottom, you can see it says 720 words for this page. If I do this and highlight just that paragraph, it's going to tell me it has 95 words. If I do this, it's going to tell me that I've got 720 words on the page, blah, 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 blah. Average sentence length, stuff like that, average paragraph length, crap like that. But take a look at if I do this. Boom. Highlight all my sections. It'll tell me I've got 28,521 words. And like this first page here, actually, I'm just going to highlight this from title page on down to here. Let's do this. 24,949. 24,949. So I am going to pull up my calculator, go 24,949 divided by 350 a page equals 71 pages. I've got 71 pages of a book that if I triple 71, 14, 210, yeah. So I'm a third of the way through the book, probably, ish. If I want it to be, sorry, wrong cam. If I want it to be 210 to 250 words, something like that, or pages, I'm a third of the way through already, and I've still got a couple of hundred more days. I'm in great shape, so I don't need to kill myself trying to get this thing done. Cool. I'm feeling good. Thanks for talking me through that. I really feel much better because of it. I want to thank you for watching BOOKWARD Bound. I'm DP Knudten of the Nonfiction Brand podcast. Check that out. It comes out every Monday, wherever you get fine podcasts for free. And that's it for me tonight, so I'm going to say goodnight. So, theme music. Take us on out. There we go. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.